I'm incredibly excited that Charlie Mullins is back. Basically, in 2021, as you probably know, he sold Pimlico Plumbers for a reported £147 million. Now, if you take like his career of Pimlico Plumbers and what he's earned each year, he's definitely made 300 million. And if you're going to include inflation, it's probably a lot more. And for me, when he did sell Pimlico Plumbers, I was really sad because I've been able to look to him as an inspiration about hard work and dedication, and providing a good service. And the way he did things was kind of seeing how it could be done, how to run a tight ship, how to run it well. And the people I've met who work for him seem to like him. Comments like he knows his way around a pound note, and but they respect and like him. And I've seen some operations where everyone's miserable, and actually the people that do work for him, and not everybody does want to work for that kind of company, because it is the way it's run is very strict and so on, they seem to really like him and they respect him. So I was really happy to hear he's coming back. And this video is about what he says he's going to do. I've had a little investigation and seen what he is doing, and it's just going through the details. And I'm hoping to do updates to see if things in this video have come to fruition. There's things I'm going to speculate about and see if they've actually happened, and maybe critique as well. And I hope in the comments you'll say if you agree or if you disagree with things. I would say this video is nothing to do with any of his politics. This channel itself is about how to run as a tradesperson, how to run a business, how to scale it, how to make money as a tradesperson. So the politics is not part of this video. So in April 2023, another Mullins, somebody else with the surname of Mullins, incorporated WeFix team. It's on Companies House, and he says that in September 2024, his 3-year period that from selling Pimlico Plumbers, he isn't allowed to trade as a competing company, will come to an end. And so he's going to do another business. Now, he said it's going to be top end. He used the metaphor of Harrods, and it's going to do sort of everything. So I presume whereas Pimlico Plumbers was plumbers and it does other things as well, this will be even broader. My guess is it'll be like Fantastic Services, but the higher end of the market. Now, the person who incorporated as a director in the business is Ashley Scott Mullins. Charlie Mullins says he's got 10 grandchildren, so at 27 years old, according to Companies House, it's probably one of his grandchildren. And although the company's there, I presume it won't actually start trading until September 2024, which, as I said, is when the period he's not meant to do a competing trading business ends. Now, he says that Pimlico Plumbers are very annoyed because he's competing and so on. But personally, from my point of view, everyone's allowed to compete, and he's honoured what he's meant to do. And it's for Pimlico Plumbers. They've had 3 years. Presumably their regular customers have experienced them, and if they're happy, they'll stay with them, and people only tend to change if they're not happy. And he claims that allegedly people who have worked or are working for the company have said that Pimlico Plumbers haven't kept to the systems and processes he did. They've also let go a lot of apprentices, and he says that apprentices are brilliant and apprentices tend to stay, so he thinks that's a bad move. And I presume he's going to try and do it well. He also says a lot of the senior staff have left, probably because of how American companies do things differently. Reading between the lines, though, from what I've seen from a lot of companies who have been bought out, is that the acquirer often cuts costs. I've got no idea if this is the case, but I've seen it a lot. And yes, they do cut costs, but then the quality tends to go down. And I've got no idea if that's the case with Pimlico Plumbers. But he does say that allegedly their turnover has gone down 11%. Maybe you could say that's the working from home because of COVID. People don't care so much about their properties. But he says it's because they've changed the systems and processes and it isn't what it was. Now, he says he's going to be doing even better vans than last time. Vans was the main way he promoted himself. As you know, the vans are he had for Pimlico Plumbers are very dramatic, very noticeable. They've got like lights on the top, emergency lights, which I'm sure are never used for a plumbing emergency, but it looks amazing. The colours, the decal, they are, I never see a dent on them, never see a bump. They're always completely clean. I know with him, they used to be looked after at his own garage, and they were cleaned a lot. And he says that the new vehicles coming are going to be even more amazing, even more advanced. So I presume really going to get that showmanship in there. He says that he's using the same marketing person he's used for 35 years, who's going to be working on the vans. And so I think that brings into the Charlie Mullins thing, where he says that by having really good people, you have a really good business. And maybe, I don't know how long he isn't allowed to employ people he's employed before, but my guess is he's going to try and get the old team back again if they want to work for him. Now, something fascinating, which is he says he's going to be buying 100 vans. Now, he doesn't say whether he's staging that in, but if he's committed to that, that's a big deal. And even if you start a new company, you might get sort of tens of new leads a week, or maybe even 100. But you've got to have a lot of business to keep 100 vans going. So how does it happen that quickly? And this is the clever thing. He's got the personal brand. It's not just Pimlico Plumbers, it's the personal brand. So wherever he goes, he has the personal brand. I'd have thought that most or all of Pimlico Plumbers' customers know him from his PR and think that they're buying from him. So if he goes somewhere else and Pimlico Plumbers aren't managing to satisfy those pre-existing customers, or they just like the Charlie Mullins brand, then they're going to go. So as a result, he can start a new business from zero to huge in the same way that maybe Logan Paul and KSI did Prime Drinks, from zero to huge, or Mr. Beast, because they just know it. They know him. And that's the power of personal brand. And he's built this huge personal brand. Now, something very interesting is that he's used the We Fix team brand. And there's already We Fix companies out there. And there's We Fix now. And they're established. So from a trademark point of view, it isn't a very strong trademark to be able to defend. As you may know, a trademark that describes what you do is very hard to defend. So like if a cleaning company that makes vacuum cleaners calls itself Hoover or something like that, very hard to do. Coca-Cola can trademark Coca, but they can't trademark cola because cola's what they do. But then having said that, Pimlico Plumbers, you could easily just set up a plumbing firm in Pimlico. I'm not advising it. You probably would get sued and maybe wouldn't win. But it's not, let's say, like Kodak or something with a really unique name that's hard to defend. But I think it's basically the Charlie Mullins brand, and that's who he is, and that's the power of it. So probably he isn't so worried about trademarking. And anyway, once they work out it's him, that's what they'll do. If people want that We Fix team as opposed to the other We Fix companies, Google will see that, it'll go to the top. So I'm really excited to see what's going to happen. Please do subscribe. I'm going to be updating. I'm also going to be doing maybe some other content on the history of Pimlico Plumbers. I'm a massive fan. Of course, everything isn't to everybody's tastes, but please do comment below. I've actually met Charlie Mullins. He was very kind quite a while ago, 20 years ago to be precise, when he moved into his new place, to give me a 1-hour tour and a chat one-on-one of the place. What I like is that off camera, he's the same as on camera. And I've met a lot of high profile people and they really aren't the same off camera as they are on camera. They're very different. What you see is what you get with him. And I've met a lot of his customers because, as you may know from this channel, I scaled a business up to 400 people, which I sold, and I'm now building another business in the maintenance field. I've met a lot of people who work for him and they've said a lot. So I am a fan. I hope to be critical as well, but fairly critical. I'm not perfect, no one's perfect, and we all learn. So please do comment below. As I said, this isn't about politics at all. This is about creating a business, running a business, and being a tradesperson, earning as much as possible. I hope to see you soon.